All right, guys. I have something I want to get off my chest. I believe Ahkello Witherspoon is currently the best corner in the NFL. And right now, I'm going to explain why. Before I get into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and hear me out before you click out of this video. I got some backup. So we'll show some clips. I can't show too much because I'm not trying to get this video demonetized because you know how that stuff works. But I got some clips from my kick stream, first drive of the game. Ahkello Witherspoon with two really key tackles and then a great pass breakup and a busted coverage that, well, you talk about busted coverage, you normally give up the touchdown. He did not. But let's just talk about it from a stats perspective before I head on over to the film. And by the way, I got a lot here. So, you know, guys, I come ready when I'm trying to make a, any sort of argument, and I do not go down lightly. So right now, I took 42 corners in the league. I filtered them in 42. Thank you to PFF for making this a lot easier. 200 plus coverage snaps to this point. So you have 42 corners that have had 200 plus coverage snaps, and this is where Ahkello ranks in those 42. We're going to start off fewest receptions allowed with 11 out of 28 targets. He's first. He's also first in reception percentage allowed with 39.3. That's the first fewest. So he's allowing only 39.3% of the time receivers are coming down with the catch when thrown in his radius. He's fifth in yards allowed with 147. He's first in yards after the catch with 32 because he's a good tackler. He's second average depth of target at 16.8 per target. That's 16.8 yards down the field on average per target. So big time targets. He's had to come up and make some big time plays, and he's a big reason why this Rams pass defense is top 10 in the league. In addition to that, he's tied for second interceptions with 2. He did just drop one in the Arizona game that he's still probably kicking himself about. He's second in passer rating when targeted at 38.8. So that's crazy. When quarterbacks target him, they have a 38.8 passer rating, meaning it never goes well for them. Anyway, we move on. Second in snaps per reception allowed with 19.2. So that means 19.2 snaps. Every 19.2 snaps, he's giving up a catch. That's really good. Fun fact, the guy ahead of him is Darian Kendrick, just a tad ahead of him. Second in snaps per reception allowed is 19.2, but PFF also ranks him as a top 15 run defender with their grading system. Now, that's subjective. Those aren't numbers, so to speak. That's just somebody went in there, human eyes, human charting, going through the tape like you and I, and whatever, however they get their grades. I don't put too much stock in their grades. I love what they have with the metrics, the numbers and things like that. The grades I don't really care about, but he is top 15 in run defense. He's only allowed 2 receptions in man coverage this year with 0 touchdowns, and he has a 26 passer rating when targeted in man coverage. So, what does that mean? What does all that mean? I mean, I'll tell you what it means. Ahkello's really good at playing cornerback in the NFL. And furthermore, he's really good at just being left on an island. And there's a lot of these, in my opinion, a lot of these things that were brought to my attention when I was looking at, the PFF metrics that I don't think are quite right. As a matter of fact, I don't think they're right at all. Not all of them, but some of them. And what I mean by that is Ahkello Witherspoon is being asked to play some man, obviously, but also some match zone. It's not your stereotypical zone. It basically becomes like a man coverage. It's more of an aggressive zone defense. So he's playing a lot of match zone, and so that's why, in my opinion, he's being charged. I think they gave him a touchdown given up against the Eagles. I've come to the conclusion that I feel like he's not being fairly graded, and that's why the grade is so low, and I don't look too much into the grades. But the numbers are crazy. We're talking about a top flight corner the Rams got at the end of June. I've already talked about how great he is, but he's continuing to be great. Now, we haven't gotten to the main portion of our show, and of course, it's just a video, not a show. But Ahkello Witherspoon has gone up against quite a few guys, and I got every single one of them matchup stats right now. So get ready, buckle up, because you're going to hear a lot of big names and not a lot of production with it. Okay, versus Ahkello Witherspoon, DK Metcalf, 1 catch, 28 yards on 1 target. Now, mind you, that is a 100% catch rate, so credit DK for that. But teams aren't throwing at Ahkello. It's Witherspoon Island, Ahkello Island. I don't know what you want to call it, but teams aren't really interested in throwing towards number 44, and it's pretty obvious. So just keep that in mind. These targets aren't going to be a lot because of the job he's doing to lock these guys down and make it so they're not even an option to be thrown to. So Metcalf only 1 catch for 28 yards. Tyler Lockett, 1 catch for 5 yards on 1 target. Brandon Ayuk, 0 catches for 0 yards on 1 target. Jamar Chase, love the Bengals fans. I had a great time interacting with them, but I've heard some say that Jamar Chase roasted Ahkello Witherspoon. That's not true. He had 2 catches for 16 yards on 3 targets. Great job at the office for Ahkello Witherspoon. Charlie Jones, 0 catches, 0 yards, 1 target. Tyler Boyd, 0 catches, 0 yards, 1 target. T. Higgins, 1 catch, 13 yards, 4 targets. Alec Pierce, 1 catch, 38 yards, 2 targets. Michael Pittman Jr., 0 catches, 0 yards, 1 target. A.J. Brown did not go off against Ahkello Witherspoon. He had 1 catch for 12 yards on 2 targets. Dallas Goedert, 1 catch, 6 yards, 1 target. Kenneth Gainwell, 0 catches, 0 yards, 1 target. Quez Watkins, 1 catch, 5 yards, 1 target. Devontae Smith, 0 catches, 0 yards, 1 target. Keontae Ingram, 1 catch, 2 yards, 1 target. Zach Pascal, 0 catches, 0 yards, 1 target. And last but not least, Marquise Brown, 1 catch, 22 yards on 4 targets. So what can you take away from this? Well, Ahkello is him. And it's time, if you haven't already, to realize the Rams have potentially the steal of the offseason in their hands. What he's doing without an elite pass rush. Yes, I know they have Donald. Yes, I know Byron Young's playing well. This is not an elite pass rush. It's getting better each week. It's not elite. It's not like he's doing this on the Jets. It's not like he's doing this on the Niners. This is impressive. This is next level stuff. This is beyond next level. This is upper echelon. And this is why I'm bringing it to your attention, because I know I'm not the only one seeing it. And this isn't just the stats nerd talking. I just watched the film last night. I did a film breakdown. Shameless plug. If you guys have never, joined into my film breakdowns, I do them weekly. We go over the all 22 tape, the Rams game, on kick.com/JKBogan. You can check that out. Link is in the description. But no, I'm bringing this up because it needs to be said. Ahkello Witherspoon right now is the best corner in football. There are guys that are playing really well. MJ Emerson, I'll give a shout out to on the Browns. I'm going to give a shout out to Deron Bland on the Cowboys. Those are 2 guys that are playing really high quality football and definitely need to have their name mentioned. But when I look at this bunch of corners, I'm just seeing Ahkello's on top of everyone. He's around the top of every single category. So look, when you go to minimum coverage snaps and you go to reception percentage allowed, you see guys like Martin Emerson Jr., who I just mentioned. You see DJ Turner, who I was a big fan of coming out of the draft out of Michigan. He's on Cincinnati. You see Darion Kendrick. I'm going to have a video breaking down Darion Kendrick in his stats and showing you why he's actually a lot better than you think, but that's not for this video. Stephon Gilmore in Dallas is playing extremely well. So you got to give those guys credit. Denzel Ward, the other Witherspoon, Devin Witherspoon, is playing really good football. Deonte Banks with the Giants. The list goes on. There's some good, there's definitely good corners out there. The passer rating when targeted, Deron Bland, Martin Emerson Jr., Ahkello Witherspoon, Devin Witherspoon, Paulson Adebo of the Saints, Darius Williams, the former Ram, is playing really good football. But there's not a consistent guy on the level of Ahkello that can tackle, that can actually play the run, can be left alone in coverage without any sort of safety help, because you don't find 6'4" elite athletes that can play the cornerback position with the fluidity and the patience and just the killer instinct that Ahkello has. This isn't like it's not like he wasn't doing this already with the Steelers or the 49ers. His last year in San Francisco, I see a lot of 49er fans bag on him. Like, where did this come from? Well, I mean, clearly you didn't watch the tape his last year in San Francisco. And clearly you didn't watch the tape with the Steelers. He had 2 good years. He got hurt. It's okay. It's okay to admit this guy was once good. And he never stopped being good. Now here's the difference. He's become great. He's elite right now. Can he keep this up? I don't know. Am I jinxing him? God, I hope not. But right now, make no mistake about it, before I send us over to the film, Ahkello Witherspoon is an elite cornerback, and the Rams need to get on their horse right now and give him that bag, give him that extension. He's a leader in the back end in the secondary. He is so vital for this team, and it's only going to get better and easier as the guys up front start to develop in a Byron Young, in an O'Shawn Mathis, Michael Hoyt even. They start to get more pressure, and now all of a sudden his job is going to be that much easier. So, guys, I'll send you right over to the film. That's all I got for you with just me right now. And here's my little film breakdown. The last, I think it's 3 plays of that drive on the first drive of the game for the Cardinals. Just telling you guys, send this to a friend that doesn't believe you when you say the Rams found the best corner in the league for this season at the end of June and didn't have to spend a premium. Now, this is where Ahkello Witherspoon just makes it his mission. I'm going to come out and I'm going to put my foot down and be a leader on this defense. And let me tell you right now, this is another great tackle from Ahkello Witherspoon, who continues to show that he's not just a cover guy. He's not just the guy that can bring in interceptions. He's somebody that plays every aspect of the cornerback position. He's exactly what they needed to replace Jalen Ramsey, and he's been unbelievable this year. I would say he's the best corner in football right now, currently, the way he's been playing. So we see this. This is going to be awesome. You watch this. Look at this tackle. So he stops him here. This is not easy. He gets him by the ankle. He wraps up the ankle. You know, we've seen guys slip out. He's not able to get a great grip on him. Like, watch this again. So Ahkello's not going to be able to wrap up here because of this move. This is a nice move by Keontae, and this would have worked on most corners, because corners who are ankle biters are not great at ankle biting, right? That's just what they do. It's their last-ditch effort. They chop the leg out. Well, what you see with Ahkello is that he's a good tackler. So he's going to make this play, and despite a good effort from Keontae, and mind you, you got Fuller coming down here. You got this guy over here. You got a blocker here. This could have been a problem here if he's able to get up the field. Ahkello stops him, slows him down enough, and he actually ends up making the tackle entirely. You saw Roseboom miss. Ahkello Witherspoon's talking smack on the sideline, like, try me. So now you got 3rd and 8 here, and this is where, you know, Ahkello making that tackle was huge. Now watch this play. 3rd and 8. You know, LA 37. So Dobbs is looking. There's nobody here. This is good coverage right away. Now Dobbs looks over here, and he's like, he sees the hand. Oh, crap, I got my #1 receiver streaking down the field, Marquise Brown. And I know Ahkello's off to a good start, but, man, I believe in my arm. I believe in this guy. We're going to win this matchup. So it looks that way, doesn't it? Well, here's the thing. There's no help over the top. There's no help. This is a safety bust. He needs to be over here. He's leaning way towards here, and the problem is this defense was never supposed to go anywhere near over here. So this safety needs to be closer over here, and Ahkello knew the play. It's why he was playing more in the trail, because he thought he had help over the top. But Ahkello puts on the freaking Jets because he realizes very quickly, I don't have that help over the top. It's why he's freaking out at the end of this. He's like, are you kidding me? What the hell's going on? You know, oh my God, man. And he's upset because he's not trying to get on his teammate. He's not trying to be a bad teammate. He's upset because of one thing and one thing only. He feels like he could have had the interception here, which would have taken him out of this touchdown. See, this is how he played it because he thought he had help over the top. But he realized pretty quickly that he didn't, and he kicked it into that 3rd gear and knocked the ball away. But he knows if he didn't have that help and there wasn't a coverage bust, then immediately he's able to go up and he's going to pick this ball off. So that's why, just to explain, people are like, man, why is Ahkello, so pissed off right now? He just made a huge play. He's pissed off because he wanted more. And that's the type of competitor you're getting. This was the Ahkello Witherspoon drive, man. He just shut them down all the way through, showed great tackling on 2 plays, and then had a huge breakup here. Not to mention, he was, great in coverage earlier. So this is just great. The recovery speed is there. He's 6'4", so it's really hard to throw over him. He's really lengthy, but then also you think about the fact that he runs like a 4.4, and you just see the recovery speed. It allows you to play from the trail technique and really make that play because he's got the closing and the recovery speed. It's really impressive when you watch Ahkello. So do you love talking about the Rams, the NFL, or just want to be a part of a community? Join my free Discord server today. We're over 800 members. We got 24/7 live chat, a level 3 boosted server, the ability to call into JE Live, playing online games with us on Kick streams, toggleable alerts for when I go live on YouTube or Kick so you don't miss a live stream, and exclusive giveaways. Click the link in the description, the comments section, or the link that comes up in the video to learn more and join today.